Shalom, and welcome to Seder Soundbites. A couple of years ago, Tova and I were at her parents' for Seder, and I was speaking with one of the guests who went on to tell me that the Seder and Pesach, it's all about the kids. And while on the one hand, I absolutely agree. In fact, there's a Torah verse which tells us, V'higadat lebincha, that we need to recant and retell the story of our forefathers' exodus from Egypt to our children every single year. On the other hand, I had to push back a little bit because there is another source in the Mishnah which tells us that if an individual finds himself alone on Pesach, on Seder night, he needs to recant that same story to himself. Why is it that we would have a dichotomy, two separate sources which seem to indicate to us two separate principles? One that Seder is about speaking to our children, and one that it's about speaking to ourselves. I'd like to suggest the following answer. The idea, the concept of V'higadat lebincha, of telling our children, is meant to help us transmit our national identity, our national memory, our Jewish neshama, our Jewish souls to the next generation. But how do you do that? In any culture, we know that the things which are transmitted from one generation to the next are the things that the next generation truly identify with, which they see to be meaningful. How do we show and create meaning for the next generation? This, I think, is what the Mishnah and what our rabbis were telling us. It's about us finding excitement and joy and passion in it ourselves. If we can be passionate, if we can have fun, and we can bring that with us to the Seder table, the impression that will make, not just on our guests, but specifically on our children, is incalculable. That impression, whether it's conscious or subconscious, will last. It will stay with our children. So let's this year do what we can to prepare for Seder, to come in with a smile, with passion and excitement, and to have the best possible Seder that we can.